All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage Simon Chan, Manager of the Logistics and Program Resources of the Ontario Science Centre.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Ontario Science Centre. I would like to welcome you all to this wonderful celebration today that we're having. I can see some media here, family, friends, and some wonderful band camps. Just wait, because it is amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun today, so everyone, get on your dancing shoes. All the music and all the steel pan is going to be amazing. Before we begin, I'd like to start with the land acknowledgement. The Ontario Science Centre sits on the ancestral lands and territories of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Wendat peoples, the Anishinaabe Nation, which includes the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Chippewa. This region is governed by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, and is the part of the Toronto Purchase Treaty, which is known as Treaty 13. We acknowledge that this is the land and home of many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. We are grateful in working with and learning with these partners, with Indigenous communities, and we hope to work with them in peace, friendship, and respect. So today, with the Toronto Caribbean Carnival and Toronto Caribbean Festival, the Ontario Science Centre has been working with this community for many years, for upwards of 10 years now. This long history that we've had, we're actually very excited today to be partnered with this media event and this media launch for 2023. Earlier this year in February, we had hosted a free event for the screening of 2 films, and these 2 films were about the festival. One of them is Becoming a Queen, and the other one is Fun and Free. They were fantastic, and we had a lot of wonderful people out that day. The Ontario Science Centre commits to amplify the voices of many communities with cultural ties to the community, the Caribbean community. We know that the artistry and the costume making is not only visually stunning, but also a testament to the fusion of art, of culture, and innovation with science and engineering. We continue to be interested in showcasing the arts and science and how they powerfully affirm identity and culture. We are looking and working with the festival committee to actually bring in more of the costumes to the Ontario Science Centre so that we can display them for our wonderful audience and visitors. I'm not gonna lie, I am very excited myself to be in some of these costumes. We had them last year on the other side, and it was absolutely amazing. And standing in front of them and being part of the image is amazing ourselves. I'd like to thank you all today for coming to the Ontario Science Centre. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Thanks so much for having us back this year. I am Nathan Downer, co-host of CTV News at noon and 6. I almost forgot. And this, of course, is the lovely Jessica Smith.
And I'm with CTV Toronto as well. I'm the weekend weather anchor or reporter. I also work for your morning as the weather anchor, and I work with the social media team. And I'm so excited to be here today, and I can confirm that the weather outside is very tropical. We're looking at a daytime high right around 30 degrees today, so it's feeling very island-like. And we're going to turn up the vibes in here, get everybody really excited for this amazing festival.
Yeah, that's the Rexon effect.
Yeah.
I love that.
The Rex block, you know what's up.
The whole thing. All right, I got some notes I got to take a look at here. I need my glasses. Of course, we are proud, Bell Media, to sponsor the 56th annual Toronto Caribbean Carnival once again this year. And be sure to tune in to CP24 on Parade Day for live coverage. Do you watch the live coverage?
Yeah.
Or are you at the parade? Or maybe you tape it and see if you're in it. You're in it, yeah. All right, and we've been doing this for a decade now, so it's been great, and we're looking forward to doing this once again.
We have a full day of programming for you that includes a sample of some music. We've got cuisine, economics, we've got artistry that makes the cultural festival really something to behold. It's lots of freedom and diversity that is involved in today. And it's this little festival that grew into something so much bigger, starting with a single parade on University Avenue back in 1967 for 4 weeks of events that encourage everyone to embrace their Caribbean culture or the Caribbean culture that you feel inside of you.
All right, 56 years ago, how many of you were here for the very first carnival? You don't have to raise your hand. Give them a round of applause. My God, way to go. So as you know, it was a proud example of freedom, diversity, and Caribbean heritage during the Canadian Centennial back 56 years ago. And there's a reason the Grand Parade takes place on Emancipation Day weekend, which marks the abolition of slavery in the British Empire in 1834, when more than 800,000 people of African descent were freed. Now, the festival is rooted in a very historical time when emancipation survivors organized themselves and masqueraded in various costumes. I love when we remind ourselves why we're doing this in the history.
And there is such a rich history with this event, and there's a connection to Carnival that is also associated, with Lent. But we're going to fast forward to today, and we're going to share what's happening in 2023. We're going to jump into the present, and we want to invite this year's Festival Management Committee Executive and Board Chair to the stage, and of course, we need a little music to kind of jump things off. So DJ, Vibes Kid, let's go. We need to help kind of bring up a little bit of the energy up in here.
All right, let's welcome to the stage Festival Management Committee CEO, Mischka Crichton. Festival Management Board Chair, Jennifer Herlihy. Festival Management Committee General Manager, Adrian Charles, that's the brother. And the face of the festival, Kiana Bell. Round of applause for all four. Now, last year I introduced Mischka to many of you as the festival manager. Well, what a difference 1 year makes. Now, to give you a Toronto Caribbean Carnival warm welcome, Mischka is going to say a few words. Round of applause for Mischka once again.
Hello.
I thought you were coming up to the front of the
Should
stage.
I,
no?
guys?
Yeah,
That's what Fenella Bruce said. Hand of applause for Fenella organizing this event.
Grab the mic, girl, grab the mic.
I'm new to this. Good morning, everybody. I am feeling so grateful to be here today, to have this audience, and to be able to say that I'm the new CEO of Toronto Caribbean Carnival, the Festival Management Committee. Thank you. My hands are shaking, but mostly because I'm nervous. Oh my goodness, look at this. I'm nervous, but I'm just so thrilled to be able to represent this carnival that raised me. My parents didn't have to get on a plane to teach me about my culture and about my heritage. And when other families went on family vacations, my family did the carnival during the summer. So it's so special and near and dear to me. I owe this carnival so much, including standing here in front of you today. So thank you, everybody, for being here, and I hope you enjoy what we have to show you today. Thank you.
And Mischka will be back shortly to give us the new version of 2023 for the Toronto Caribbean Carnival and the new additions to the festival this year.
All right, as many of you know, calypso music is the foundation of Carnival's rhythm and beat. There's a rich history of storytelling in the music art form. Henry Gomez, aka King Cosmos, is a Canadian calypso monarch. Have you heard of Henry Gomez? Of course you have. Composer, recording artist, actor, and musician. He's performed internationally, sharing stages with legends of calypso and soca, and we're lucky to have him with us today. Please perform Pull Together, or here to perform that Pull Together. Please give it up for King Cosmos. Love the jacket, King Cosmos.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Up with the music, please. I know you like the outfit, right? Greetings, everyone. Bring it up, bring it up. Greetings. This calypso is a rallying cry because it's going to cost a lot more to produce the festival this year. It's crucial that we all pull together to make it a success, not just for us, but for future generations who would be able to say thanks. Congratulations, job well done. Are you ready to pull together? Let me hear you. Are you ready to pull together? You got to sing with me. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, Lord. 56 years it's been a steady grind. But our festival has stood the test of time. We fuss and quarrel. Sometimes we fight, but then we kiss and make up like lovers in the night. We've been through the whirlwind and so many storms. Through laughter and tears, look how far we've come. The hills and valleys, the good and the bad. So to have this still, we should be more than glad. So everybody, now it's time to pull together. Let me hear you for 50 more. Sing it. Come on, pull together. Let me hear you like we never did before. One more time. Nice. Plenty climbing still. So we got to, let's take it up the hill. So the next generation and more to come could say thanks, congratulations, job well done, job well done, job well done. Oh Lord, pull together. Let me see you, get a workout. Let me see you, some action, come on. Everybody, come on, Mike. One more time, let me go, let me go. Pull together, nice, everybody. Come again. Nice. Other groups got started, but no way, no how. If you look around, you can't find them now. They had plenty resources and big connections. We made sacrifices, we still carrying on. Some people took out mortgage on their own house. Plenty Caribbean business, they never tell their spouse. Things people had to do, you wouldn't believe it's true, just to pass this festival unto me and you. So everybody, now it's time to, nice, for 50 more. Everybody, like we never did before. Come on now, and plenty climbing still. So we got to, let's take it up the hill. So the next generation and more to come could say thanks. What else? What else? Job well. Let me hear you. Job well. One more time. Job well done. Oh Lord. Sing it. Easy. Pull together. This must be the mantra when you leave here today. Pull. Nice. Keep it up. Hey. Listen, it's much more than culture, talent, and skill. It takes people with passion, commitment, and will. Now we're throwing in some business acumen, and we're bound to get back greater dividends. Hey, remember they say it's a gift that keeps on giving. Every year we bounce back just like the spring. Calypsos we sing and play, every feather and bead is a symbol of our will to succeed. So everybody, come with me, pull together for 50 more. Come on, people, pull together like we never did. Come on, let me see you. Come on, pull together. Get it? Plenty climb. Come on, people, everybody, pull together. Let's take it up the hill. So the next generation and more to come could say thanks, congratulations. Dr. Cox, job well done. Job well done. Denise, Michelle, job well done. Oh Lord, everybody, sing it. One more time. Pull together. Nathan, oh Lord, let me see you. Nice. Everybody, one more time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, King. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big round of applause for Pull Together. I like the group choreography in the audience there as well. We want to next welcome up the new Festival Management Committee Board Chair, Jennifer Herlihy.
Well, you don't get to follow that with a getting up, everyone stand up. DJ, play some music. Play some music, dance, everybody, raise your hand and dance. And introduce yourself to the person next to you. Turn around and introduce yourselves. Thank you very much. Round of applause for our wonderful audience. I had to do that because we're moving to a little bit of a serious speech, so I thought I needed to loosen you up, guys, a little bit so you can listen to me. Anyway, I am very honored to serve as chair and provide strategic leadership to the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. Our strategic direction this year is to produce the very best Caribbean Carnival in the world. To do this, we celebrate the fact that diversity and culture lives here. Our job here at the Toronto Caribbean Carnival is to spread joy, to promote diversity, and to highlight our community's talents. We must lift ourselves up beyond the mass. We must uplift our community in business, education, and opportunity. Leading an organization like this requires you to be strong, requires you to have a thick skin, and requires you to have bold moves. It requires you to build consensus, to have a board that's open to change, to the new strategic vision that we have for this organization, to move this carnival beyond the mass. Thankfully, I have such a board. I'm lucky. The first major step we took this year was to invite our stakeholders, the mass band. I don't see Louis here right now, but I know he's here. I see Terrence, our pan man, the sexy pan man. I love them. And as well, Henry, who you just saw. We are so privileged to have them on our board today. And for me, bringing them on the board was a no-brainer. Today, I am happy to say that the leaders of all our stakeholder organizations are members of the board of the FMC. Thank you. I also want to take the time to welcome our current board members. Angela Pear, who has served us for a very long time. Welcome, Angela. Anne-Marie Sutton. And Keith, who is in Trinidad enjoying the weather, but unfortunately he couldn't be here today. I see in the front row Rita Cox. How can we have a carnival celebration without Miss Rita Cox? Thank you for being here. I see our Consulate General, welcome. And of course, our supporter, our longtime supporter, Mr. Michael Thompson, welcome. I also want to thank the people behind me. These two individuals, I'll tell you something, I promoted them. And the reason I promoted them is because they have the skills necessary to run this organization. They are committed, they are kind, they're a people person, and they know what they're doing. So thank you, Adrian and Mischka. To Mischka's left is, I'll leave that for Mischka. That's a fun job, so I'll leave that to Mischka. But I would also be remiss if I didn't say thank you for all of our staff who are here and who help behind the scenes, as well as our volunteers. Thank you very much. We could not put on this carnival without you. The second major strategic objective we had this year was to develop our BBE program. This is our education program that help entrepreneurs build their businesses and provide a program to help them grow their businesses. In addition to that, this year we started our education program in our schools. Our culture needs to be grown and developed, and the way we do that is through our schools. So with the help of our education, diversity, and communication consultant, Bernadine, who's sitting on the front row, Bernadine, stand up. Bernadine has crafted a program with the Toronto school boards so that we can have programs that develop our culture, give our kids opportunities to be proud of who they are. And that is something that we all should be proud of, so thank you, Bernadine. And for those of you who have been reading our newsletter, Bernadine is also responsible for that, so thank you again. The Toronto Caribbean Carnival sees ourselves as the preeminent vehicle to promote and foster diversity, not only in schools, but in our businesses. We created a corporate employee engagement program, and that program helps employers with their D&I initiatives. So that way, their employees feel empowered, the employees feel welcome as a part of the community, and part of the corporate community. However, it is very, very expensive to put on our Toronto Caribbean Carnival and to have the kind of initiatives that make a difference. The cost of the carnival this year has gone up significantly. We, the management team, we have the responsibility of being fiscally responsible when we're producing the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. However, even with fiscal responsibility, we need funding from all levels of government. While we appreciate the level of funding we currently have, it is not sufficient to put on this carnival in the way that it deserves to be put on. To put things in context, the Toronto Caribbean Carnival contributes approximately $500 million to the Ontario's economy. I'll say that again, $500 million. Yet year over year, funding through grants have decreased. Last year, the carnival accounted for $180 million in federal, provincial, and municipal tax revenues. Yet funding for the carnival does not reflect the significant economic impact it has on the Canadian economy. Secondly, businesses, they benefit substantially from the carnival. Hotel rooms are fully booked. Major restaurants are lined up. You can't get in during the carnival weekend. Yet, the level of corporate sponsorship to the Toronto Caribbean Carnival does not reflect the economic impact it has on those businesses. Our community, we're observant. We are conscious of the level of sponsorship coming from corporate Canada. The good news, it's not all downbeat. The good news is some companies are listening. Some companies are willing to invest in our communities. The FMC has re-energized our sponsorship program and has developed relationships with forward-thinking companies who appreciate and welcome our diversity in their customer base and within their corporations. Today, I'm happy to highlight a few. Metrolinx, thank you. Great leaders. Grace Foods, thank you. We welcome you here. Bell Media, always a great supporter of the carnival. But we wanted to highlight some new partners who are here today. We welcome with open arms Porter Airlines. Thank you. I guarantee you Porter Airlines, their travelers are going to go skyrocketing after today. But Porter Airlines understands the buying power of our community. They understand D&I initiatives. Working with their team has been a pleasure. Thank you. Additionally, we wanted to express, and I don't know how else to say this, but the joy we have had in working with MLSC and the Toronto Football Club. Thank you. The Toronto Football Club brings the energy every single time. They have the vision, the support for the carnival, and they have to be commended for the outreach that they have made to the Caribbean community. The initiatives that we are partnering with the TFC are groundbreaking, from supporting our education and employee engagement programs to collaborating with ways to grow and develop our carnival. Working with this team has been the highlight of my year. It has been the highlight for the carnival so far. Thank you. Without a doubt, their team is committed to diversity and inclusion, and they understand the community's buying power. They are taking the bold steps of leading the way and are a shining example of corporate Canada working with the Toronto Caribbean Carnival to promote and develop cultural institutions. Thank you. To our new and long-standing partners, your contribution to the Caribbean Carnival does not go unnoticed by our community. We see you. We thank you for sharing our strategic vision. We welcome, however, all of corporate Canada. We encourage all of corporate Canada to support the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, and by extension, diversity, inclusion, and culture in Canada. In conclusion, I would like to say that if the Toronto Caribbean Carnival is to survive and thrive for the next 100 years, we must make bold moves. We must be innovative and creative, and we must ensure the participation of our young people. We must get the appropriate level of funding from all levels of government, and we must ensure the participation and support of corporate Canada. And in return, you get the best party in the world. You get together with us to express joy and go well beyond the mass. So welcome to all Canadians of all backgrounds, of all color, and of all orientations, and visitors from around the world. We encourage you to join us and to participate in this carnival, because for us, it is not about color, it's about culture. Thank you.
Get another round of applause for Jennifer on every single thing she just said. That was fantastic, and you're absolutely right. All right, now we know when it comes to the Caribbean Carnival, you got to talk about steel pan. Now, some of the history of it, it is the only acoustic instrument created in the 20th century. It is the pulse of the carnival. Absolutely, round of applause. The Ontario Steel Pan Association, OSA, Steel Orchestra, is made up of players who've demonstrated creativity, musical imagination, and a high caliber of skill. I'll also say dedication. They rehearse for months leading up to this. So we appreciate the work that you all do. Each of them has been playing steel pan for several years and come from various bands and solo acts across Ontario, including participation in annual competitions in Canada, the US, and Trinidad. I know the competition is very stiff. Now, the orchestra strives for excellence every time they perform, leaving their audiences in awe at every encounter. Please put your hands together for Ontario Steel Pan Orchestra.
another big round of applause. That was incredible. I don't know how you can sit still when you're listening to that amazing music, and it is truly remarkable the imagination and the ingenuity it takes to take refurbished old drums and industrial oil drums and turn them into beautiful, beautiful music. Another round of applause for them. That was absolutely fantastic. Next, I want to call up to the stage Councillor Michael Thompson to bring some remarks from the City of Toronto.
Thank you very much. Oh, do you want me to use this one? Oh, okay. All right, sorry. Well, I'll go up here. Thank you very much, everyone, and good morning. How are you doing? Great. Well, I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the city and as the council's lead for the Caribbean Carnival and Festival. I'm delighted to have been able to work with members of the board, and Jennifer, thank you so much. It's not often that you come to an event like this and you hear Henry Gomez says to the community, pull together, right? That's really super important. The point that Jennifer has been making and members of the board, having been able to work with them through the winter when it wasn't warm like this, it was much colder, and we're in boardrooms talking about changing the composition of the board and the conversation around what needs to happen. We're seeing the benefits of that. The reason why corporate sponsors are not running to us in as much as we're producing an event, that's $500 million of benefit coming to the city, the province, and the country, is that we have been a fractured community for quite some time as an organization. Jennifer, your leadership and members of the board, and Mischka, you leading this organization, it's transforming that. And that's why organizations like Porter and others want to come on board. The work that's being done with the TDSB and the school boards and so on, and the newsletter, helps to send a strong message that we are organized as a community and are working in collaboration. That's really super important. Gone are the days where you'd listen to the media and people would have so much to say about the organizers of this event and about the event itself. In as much as the hotels benefited, in as much as the hospitality industry, the entertainment industry, and so on, we as a community haven't benefited in the same way. And so now we're laying the foundation, and you know about the history, you know about the why, and you know about the who. The question is, what is our future in terms of sustainability? It's extremely important that we, while we get together and party and have a great time, there's a lot of work that has to be done. It's incumbent on the band leaders, the performing artists, the steel bands, and the FMC to work together, because everybody is watching. When they watch and they don't see the type of results in terms of organization as a community, we don't get the benefits and the results that we need in order to progress. We talk about the future for our young people. Well, we got to lay the foundation. We've got to pull together. We've got to make sure that our belief in ourselves is pronounced, because people are feeling it or seeing it, and if they don't feel it or see it, they're not going to run to support you, even though they benefit from it. So now we're changing that tune through leadership of the board and everyone else in the organization, because it's the only way for us to sustain ourselves. There's no magic in it. It's a strong sense of understanding. So the benefits that is accrued to the city, the benefit that comes to so many, and not enough to us, that day changes today, moving forward. Because what we have is excellence. Whether or not you're black, brown, or whatever you are, because we're a rainbow of colors in terms of coming together with respect to diversity, culture, respect. We have to understand that we're all in this together. The benefits that comes to the city and the province in this country has got to be shared with the FMC, with the band leaders, with all the steel pans and all the magic that takes place. As King Cosmo, Henry Gomez says, we have to pull together. If we don't pull together, others will watch us basically going by the wayside, and it will be our fault. It won't be because of racism. It won't be because of all the isms. It will be because of us not doing what we need to do. We have the brilliance, we have the excellence, we have the brains, we have the understanding, we have the leadership, we have the creativity, we have the cultural experience to be able to deliver, not only for Toronto or the province or the country, but for ourselves. And so as we move forward today, our goal and objective is to deliver a great product that produces results for everyone, including us. That is something that we have to continue to demand. And so the infighting and all the things that used to happen, we need to learn from what has happened in the past in order to have a better future. This isn't about AI, it is about us. It is about the instrument, it's about the sounds, it's about the passion, it's about our desire to make our community stronger, better, because of our sense of brilliance and our sense of excellence that we bring to the table. So we're not asking for permission anymore. We're just gonna deliver based on an organized plan, based on a strategic plan, and based on a strong expectation that there's a new formulation that needs to happen with respect to the FMC, the bands, and everyone else, the government and corporate Canada, in order to ensure that we continue to grow this festival and sustain ourselves. Because when we deliver for them, we have to deliver for ourselves, because that's the only way we build capacity and build a better future for all. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to jump up, I'm ready to fight, I'm ready to work. Are you? So I'll turn this back over to our leadership. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today. And by the way, can I say, Nathan and Jessica, you guys are amazing, outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you, City Councilor. Thank you so much. What's happening with the future of the Science Center? Just kidding, now's not the time. Woo. Thank God I can just chill for a few hours, you know what I'm saying? All right. We've got another supporter to introduce. Our next speaker is a city builder, an arts and culture advocate, and a big supporter of Toronto Caribbean Carnival. Please welcome the Assistant Director, Arts and Culture Services, Economic Development and Culture for the City of Toronto, Joe Sellers. I was wondering where you were. You want me over there? You want me on stage?
Center stage, all right. Thanks very much for having me, and it's a tough act to follow there, Councillor Thompson, so I'll do my best as a bureaucrat here and a city staffer, but I don't think I've ever been to a launch quite like this, just to be perfectly honest, so good on all of you, and good on the committee and organizers. It is nice to have a smile brought to your face in some of these challenging times that we're working through as we are post-pandemic. But it's clear people are ready. People are ready to get outside. People are ready to get back to normal, and even better than back to normal as far as I'm concerned. As introduced, Joe Sellers of the City of Toronto. I'm actually the Acting Director of Arts and Culture Services as part of Economic Development and Culture within the City of Toronto. Part of my group, we work on grants to festival organizers and festivals and producers, as well as arts organizations, and I'm happy to report that FMC in the Caribbean Carnival is one of those recipients of one of our grants. So thank you and it's well deserved, and thank you very much. Also want to bring recognition to Jennifer and also Mischka. Congratulations on your new position. And Jennifer and I met, I guess, late last year as we worked through the particulars of an agreement that opened up an unparalleled and unprecedented relationship between the three major organizations and the board itself and the producing team. Led by Councillor Thompson, which was incredible. We took his tone and his leadership as we put these details together. And it was a process, I'm not gonna lie. But what was very clear is everyone was at the table for the right reason. So being the 56th edition of the Caribbean Carnival, I'm just going to lay out a couple of these numbers. I know some of them have been mentioned, but I'm going to say them anyways because it's my job to do that. Number one being, as people mentioned, almost $500 million in Ontario's GDP, which is an incredible number, and bringing 1.65 million people to the event itself, which is, I would consider one of the largest festivals that the City of Toronto produces, without a doubt. The last number that I wanted to quote was 45% of attendees are coming from outside Toronto. And for us, in the economic development and culture world, what that means for us is that people are staying in hotel rooms, heads on pillows, paying money. People are eating in local restaurants and spending their hard-earned dollars on our Toronto economy, which is extremely important to us. And those numbers are soaring, and hopefully we expect this year to be even better. I'm coming to this, and I'll wrap up in just one second, but I wanted to state that I'm coming to this table as a new person, and I appreciate the welcome that I've received in the conversations and the trust amongst both sides. There's a ton of history. Thanks. And I work with an incredible team that puts forth a lot of effort to make sure that we're giving a lot of yeses and not a lot of no's. So I respect that there's a lot of history to the organization, well past my years, before I was born. But I think, sorry, who said that? Mischka, yeah, Mischka. So I think I'll finish by saying the article, I think it was last week or the week before, Toronto.com, written by Mike Adler, kind of says it all. It's a great article if you haven't read it yet. And it quotes, "We have become a team. Toronto Caribbean Carnival producers join management board to help festival thrive." And that is the absolute truth on what is happening here. If we are not a united front as festival organizers, as a municipality, we're going to fall apart, as the councillor had said. We need to stick together, and it's the only way forward in collaborating in order to make a successful effort and a successful event for Toronto and its visitors. So thanks for having me. I'm honored to be up here to speak. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Joe, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. We are now going to hear from a few of the sponsors that were announced just a moment ago by Jennifer, and we're going to talk about the partnership with the Carnival with one former Toronto FC player. We've got Justin Moreau, Technical Development Manager from MLSC, coming up to share a few thoughts.
Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, what a beautiful room, honestly. I'm so proud to be here, so honored to be here. We are so honored to be here. I'm Justin Morrow, of course. I'm here representing Toronto FC. And listen, I was a player for a long time, for 12 years, and now I'm in the front office. And you know what? I'm in a lot of offices these days, but when we're here getting to hooping and hollering, I'm starting to feel like home. I said, okay, feels good. This feels good. You know, when we first started talking about what we could do in the community and who we could partner with, and we talked about the Caribbean Carnival, and I said, say no more. Like, this makes total sense for us in a number of different ways. We can talk about the rhythm, the movement, the music, the energy of Carnival. We could talk about the competition. Let's not forget about that, the competition and how much that matches up with football, with soccer, how much a part of it is our game already. We could talk about BMO Field, and we could talk about the stadium and how much a part of that is for you all, and we can talk about you being a part of our community and our fan base and everything. So on so many levels, this makes amazing sense, and I want to say thank you to the FMC, especially thank you to Jennifer and Mischka. We've been breaking bread. We've been having a good time over there. As Jennifer mentioned, we've been having some fun, and our commitment to you is financial. It is multi-year, but most importantly, it is a true partnership. We didn't want to say, here's money, this is what you should do with it. We wanted to create things with you, and we wanted to be true partners. We've been doing that. We're going to do some amazing things this summer. We've been ideating, we've been creating. We're going to bring Carnival to our stadium experience on July 8th. We're going to have an amazing day. It's going to be as if Carnival took over our game. We're going to have music, the dancing, the fun that is so significant to the culture. Yes, give it up for that. And at Toronto FC, at Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, of course, crafting the next generation of leaders is so important to us as well. And Jennifer mentioned the amazing work that Bernardine and everyone else has been doing with the TDSB and the Young Learners Program. So we're looking forward to boosting that up a little bit and giving our expertise in youth development there. And not last or least, as they say, but we've also been creating these amazing projects that really showcase the energy of Carnival that you're going to see coming out later this year. So thank you very much. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait to work together, and let's have some fun.
Justin, thank you so much. And I know from being a fan of TFC games and going to games that you guys have a lot of energy. They have a lot of energy. This is a fantastic union. Very, very exciting. Thank you guys so much. Now, we know public transit is one of the best ways to get around, and I spent a lot of years on the GO train when I started my career traveling into the city. So I have a fond kind of relationship when it comes to taking the train, and we're going to talk about ways to get to the Grand Parade that includes the GO train right into the exhibition grounds. And to talk more about the new partnership with the festival is Carla Avis Birch, Chief Planning Officer of Metrolinx, and she has a special friend. We have Go the Bear.
Up here. Hi, everybody. Thank you. So thank you, everybody, and it's very special for me. I can't believe, I think last year we did this on Zoom as a starting point, right? And welcome, Jennifer. Great to kind of hear your vision. In the boardroom, we talk about collaboration all day long, and this partnership is a true testament to that. It's a long-standing transportation goal that we have in bringing around, and I see Porter joining as well, so I think it's all modes of travel right now. We're going to kind of bring it into the mix. That stat, 45% of the people joining the festival coming from outside of the country is amazing. And, you know, at Metrolinx, we have all the transportation options that we want to provide. And we want to make sure that we are really giving back to the community. Our mission at Metrolinx is connecting communities. And it really is a strong, strong partnership that we actually have with the Festival Management Committee, the City of Toronto as well, and other agencies across the region, bringing you into the City of Toronto. Fun fact, I was born and raised in Montreal in a Trinidadian household. So this is nothing new for me, and it's a very special place in my heart because I will be joining Mass come that weekend, masquerading with everybody else. But I also feel really honored to be able to kind of move through the generations, to be able to take this forward, to build that foundation, strengthen that foundation. So join us, Metrolinx, the modes of transportation, the ongoing partnership that we actually have, and we want to continue to grow and learn and connect those communities across the region. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Carla, and that bear. Who knew that bear could move, huh? All right, remember what Jennifer Hurley said talking about the costs have gone up? I got to say, when I read the script and I saw this one sponsor, I got excited. And I thought, man, this is just great news. So let me introduce our next speaker. He is the Executive Vice President and Chief People Officer of Porter Airlines. Big round of applause. Lawrence Hughes.
Thank you so much. I also have with me Camille Langvin. Camille, say hello. Come on up on stage, Camille. So we just met. Probably, I'm going to say a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And it was love at first sight, right? And we are extremely pleased to be here today and to be announced, I guess, as the official Canadian airline of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. Over the years, we've brought a number of guests from all over the United States and parts of Canada to Toronto, and I think it's fair to say that we are extending our reach throughout North America and the Caribbean with the purchase of our Embraer E195 E2 jets that are now operating out of Pearson Airport. And so we have 10 aircraft here now, another 40 coming in the next 18 months, and you will hear a number of markets being launched. And so we hope to have a lot of Carnival guests here next year as well throughout North America and the Caribbean. So we're thrilled to be the partner. To show our appreciation, Kyan, if we can have you just come on up here as well. Camille. We're so thrilled to present to you 2 round-trip vouchers that Porter Airlines flies. And that's in appreciation for the partnership. This is our first year, and I'm confident that there will be many years to come. So we're thrilled to be here and thrilled to be a sponsor, so thank you so much.
Thank you so, so much. And how exciting is that? All right. We are going to bring back festival management right now. Our CEO, Mischka Crichton, is going to walk us through all the amazing events that we have going on with this year's festival. Give her a round of applause. Welcome her back to the stage.
I really need this podium, guys. Before I get started, there's a couple of faces in the crowd that we wanted to make sure that we acknowledge. One of them is the former CEO. Where are you, Denise? Can you put your hand up? Wonderful, Denise Herrera Jackson. And also the official voice of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, SKF. Where are you? I saw you. Put your hand up. Thank you. Jennifer spoke on it earlier, but the Carnival's economic impact. I have to talk about it. Last year, we did an economic impact study with Ipsos Reid, and I just wanted to recap the numbers. So $465.7 million contributed to Ontario's GDP. 3,341 direct jobs created because of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, and more than $180 million in tax revenue. And I mean, I don't have that in my bank account, but I am very proud to know that I'm a part of the organization and of the community that makes such a large impact in everyone's life, in this whole city, in this province. And I have my slides going here. I'm checking on the screen. Thanks, Adana. I say all of that to say that this organization and this community, what we're able to do with the budget that we have, how creative we get with it, it is not sustainable. We heard Michael Thompson use that word specifically, and I thought it was so perfect. We are so grateful that we have so many suppliers who do their absolute best to keep our costs down, knowing that we're a nonprofit organization and that our main goal is making sure that we provide to the community and to our stakeholders the platform to be able to showcase all the beautiful work and our culture. We face rising costs in the landscape, decreases in funding, and of course, Jennifer mentioned a corporate market that doesn't necessarily completely understand what the carnival is. And we've been so grateful also to have the opportunity to speak to our partners that we have now and the ones that will be announced come official launch on July 11th, because we just feel that they took the time to find out. They took the time to find out about the beautiful value and carnival arts that exist right here in this city. We bring so much to everyone's lives, but the people, the creators, the artists, OCPA, OSA, CAC, all the mass bands, we feel the strain of putting on this festival every year. So it is absolutely necessary to thank all of our stakeholders, all the mass bands, the calypso artists, every single pan player, the City of Toronto, Exhibition Place, Scarborough Town Centre, everyone that does their part to try to assist us in putting on this festival for the community every year. Slide change, thank you. These brands and groups saw our vision and the value in the community, and they agreed that the Toronto Caribbean Carnival is an iconic symbol of diversity and of cultural infusion. And I'm proud to say that we are an essential piece that allows the City of Toronto and me to be able to say, I live in a city rich of culture and of diversity and of acceptance. And I think about Jennifer mentioning to me that this carnival is truly the jewel of Canada. The mosaic of communities that call this city and this carnival home contributes to our unique fabric, and this carnival has become a beacon of multiculturalism and acceptance. So that brings us to our theme, which this year I'm so excited to say, and hopefully when I drop it, it's like a mic drop or something like that. But our theme this year is diversity and culture lives here. Thank you. The Toronto Caribbean Carnival is an essential piece of what makes Toronto the most culturally diverse city in the world. We all contribute to the unique cultural fabric that makes this city the greatest city to live in our schools, in our homes, our offices, and in our communities. We welcome everyone. Diversity and culture lives in the carnival. It lives in this city. It's in our communities, especially our Caribbean community, but it's also a message that says everyone is welcomed. It's not just a carnival for Caribbean people. The Toronto Carnival is for all people. Again, the most diverse festival in the world, we've actually been ranked, which is an amazing feat and something that, when you land that in the most diverse city in the world, I can't tell you the power that those two things have together. Thanks. The theme also recognizes the FMC and the Toronto Caribbean Carnival as an unparalleled, community-led cultural asset. We bring together intergenerational leadership, communities, and stakeholders from all backgrounds and represent a long-lasting legacy. Now, you've already kind of seen a little bit of the colors and the feel that you will be seeing for this year. And before I say anything else, this carnival is something that keeps us together. It keeps our community together. It keeps us linked as Caribbean people, as Torontonians, as Canadians. So the branding for 2023, the new look and feel, is a homage to the carnival as a life force for the community for the last 56 years, and also a vehicle and vision of hope for the bright future ahead. The energy of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival is an undeniable force, a harmonious fusion of cultures that ignites the spirit of unity, leaving an undeniable mark on all who experience it. And the branding for 2023 is exactly that. The words that you're seeing right now on the screen that are curved to emphasize the connection to the rhythms, to the nature, and of course, to the curved road that becomes the route on Grand Parade Day. This new theme, feeling, and vibe is a new phase for the carnival. It's stepping into the new, as I like to tell people around the office, and we want to be able to see and feel it. But more importantly, I want to say what's new this year for the carnival is not something that we haven't thought about before. We think about it every year, but this year it has become the main focus. And that's the experience of every single person that engages with the carnival. Masqueraders, band leaders, suppliers, volunteers. I have to read them all out, guys. Vendors, spectators, emergency services, performers, artists, sponsors, parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, and children. We've been listening. We know what you want to feel. It's the same thing that we've all been missing and we all want to feel, connected to one another, knowing that this carnival will take us into the next 56 years in a way that feels solid. It feels full of pride, energy, and also it feels like something that can continue to grow and thrive and benefit our community and beyond. Now, as much as I want everyone to have a new and improved experience that's memorable, one of the people who I'm really thinking of this year is our new face of the festival, who you haven't met yet, but you're about to. So we thought long and hard, Jennifer, Adrian, and I, about what this person had to represent. Who were they? Where did they come from? And what does this carnival mean to them? And I can't tell you how much this young woman encompassed more than we could have ever imagined. Not only does she understand, respect, and value her heritage and also the heritage of the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, but her own personal self-confidence as a young woman, as a young Caribbean professional woman, blew us away. When we saw her video, her charisma came through right away, and there was no doubt in our mind that she was the face of the festival for 2023. So without further ado, please help me welcome, cheer on, and support for the rest of the season our face of the festival, Kiana Bell.
Hi. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm a little bit nervous, but I just want to say I'm so honored to be able to represent a festival that means so much to me and that means so much to so many of us in the community. I spoke to you earlier, and you told me that you were proud of me, and that meant so much to me, hearing that you've been a part of the carnival since it started. And in my application, one of the things that I really highlighted is that the history and the significance of this carnival is so much deeper than just putting on a costume and jumping up on the road. Of course, that's a big part of it. But this celebration and all Caribbean carnivals are a celebration of our triumph over oppression. And so one of the things for me, as a young person, I think it's so important for us young people to be able to know that and to learn more about that. And so my goal with being the face of the festival is that I hope that I would be able to facilitate a conversation around the history and the roots of Carnival, and maybe that can even be something that we get in the schools as part of the education programs and things like that, so that as we continue for 100 years to come, all of the young people know, the real meaning behind Carnival. So when we're jumping and we're waving and we're whining, we know why we're there. So thank you.
See why we chose her? And before we go any further, I would also like to introduce the festival's general manager, Adrian Charles, who will go through the events. But more importantly than that, Adrian kind of keeps us all together, let me tell everybody. He's the calm inside of the carnival storm. So please welcome Adrian Charles.
I don't know if it's afternoon or morning. It's been going so well. I don't even think we're keeping track of time. But I just want to say it's so beautiful to be here today. It is so wonderful to see support that we are getting in the carnival and the opportunities that we are creating with our new sponsors, with our old sponsors. But before I talk about the program, as the list of events that we are doing for this year, I just want to recognize a few people's faces in the room. We have Michelle Doshan from our BBP program, and that's a beautiful education program. Michelle, nice having you here. Also, we have Isaiah Helio. We call him the honorary son because he supports his mother. That's Jennifer's son. Everywhere she goes, he's her right hand. And we cannot do it without family, right? We started this conversation around the boardroom. We started talking about something called the Love and Legacy Program. And for those of you who get an opportunity, if you can visit our office, you will see in our boardroom, we have pictures of family. You walk in, you see why we spend 16 hours, sometimes 18 hours, trying to ensure that we're producing the best carnival ever. And Fenella, you and your team, great job in putting this together. And also the setup team, the people who came in here very early this morning and say, we're gonna make this place look nice for the TV. You know who you are. Thank you again. Ontario Science Center, your team is standing back there. We couldn't do it without you. We have our office manager, Caribbean Cunningham. She's standing in the back. Thank you, Caribbean. And our office administrator, Yolanda, at the back also. All our beautiful volunteers in that nice lime t-shirt. You can say hi to them. And we have Gail King, who has been our marketplace administrator forever. Gail, thanks for being here with us. I'm going to take a few minutes just to, oh, sorry. I know I can't miss this. One of the things that we do in planning this beautiful festival, we have what we call city liaison meetings. And that's where we have someone coordinate all the departments of the city that's going to be effective in ensuring that everything we need for the carnival happens on time as it should. And I would be remiss if I didn't say hi to Jeff. Jeff, can you stand, please? Jeff is the one that makes sure that all this coordination happens. And before I go to the program, I'd just like to say, Dr. Cox, it's always beautiful to see you. Our first event is our official launch. And that's going to happen at Nathan Phillips Square on the 11th of July. And I would like to see Nathan Phillips Square filled on the 11th of July. It is our kickoff event. It's free. Bring your family. We have beautiful vendors. The event goes from 11 a.m. We're going to have a two-part event. The morning portion, we'll try to make sure that we get all the news media, the models, all the fascinating stuff out of the way in the morning. And then we'll go into an afternoon program from 4 to 8. If you work downtown, walk with some running shoes that day. We're going to have some fantastic DJs. As soon as you shut your office down, head over to Nathan Phillips Square. We're going to have some fun. Our second event is what we consider to be the highlight of our carnival. It's our Junior King and Queen Showcase on Sunday, July 16th. This is happening at Scarborough Town Center in the parking lot. We're going to erect a beautiful event space there. It's a ticketed event. You can purchase ticket on our website, torontocarnival.ca. If you don't have it, please just add it to your phones right now. Make it your favorite on your phone. Jump in on torontocarnival.ca every time you have an opportunity. Our second event, again, we stay with the juniors. We're out at Nielsen Park for our Junior Carnival Parade, July 22nd. And for those who have not been there, please be there. We have our associated event with OCPA, the Calypso Showcase, Sunday, July 30th. And we saw King Cosmos up here giving us a little, teaser as to what to expect, from the Calypsonians this year. Then, Thursday, August 3rd, we go to Lampert Stadium and we bring out all of the big costumes. If you haven't been to this, trust me, it's something you want to experience. You have an opportunity at Lampert to just come and be a regular guest in the stands, or you might want to experience a little VIP experience. That's available to you also, and you can also purchase tickets on our website for that event. And then our beautiful Pan people, what would Carnival be without you all? Yeah, I saw you clapping. You should clap. Yeah, what would Carnival be without you all? Pan Alive, Friday, August 4th, again. I think the chair wants to say something. Is there something you want to say here?
I just said it's the sexy event, okay?
So don't forget, Pan Alive, Lampert Stadium. I'm not saying that. You guys can keep saying it. A beautiful, sexy event. Please be a part of that event. Support our pond. Support this type of instrument, this talent, and continue to ensure that we push this culture as far as we can get. That's August 4th. And for everyone, August 5th, we gather at the exhibition place and the lake show. And we have this beautiful event called the Grand Parade. We need you there. And if you've been reading the newsletter, Bernadine, good job with the newsletter, we've been telling you that this is your opportunity to start deciding what you want your carnival experience to be in 2023. You have two experiences. Well, maybe a lot more than two. But just for the general, you can either play mass, join a band, buy a costume, be a part of the parade. And again, all the bands are listed on our website. You can go on torontocarnival.ca, select which band you want to be a part of, purchase a costume, and be a masquerader. And if you choose to just be in the audience to view the mass, we are asking you to come down to the Grand Parade just to view the mass, which means, as SKF would say, right, SKF? Please do not get into the bands if you don't have a costume. View it from a comfortable spot. We have what is called a free viewing area along the Maryland Bell Park, the Goodman Trail. You can just stand there and watch beautiful costumes. Or you can purchase a ticket again on our website. You can come into the exhibition place. You can be a VIP or a general guest, and you can view the mass from inside the grounds. On Sunday, we are going to have an international food festival. That's Sunday, August 6th. And the Pan people said they're going to close Carnival this year. So we have in Pan, in the park, August 6th, out at Malvern. So what we have done, we have put a beautiful program for you. We hope you enjoy your experience this year. Be safe. Continue to support the Toronto Carnival. But most of all, as Jennifer would say, continue your love and legacy program with your families, with your friends, in your communities, wherever you go. Always remember, it's always love and legacy. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thanks again to Adrian. And once again, congrats to the face of the festival, Kiana Bell. You're going to do an amazing job. All right. That's obvious. All right, this is a great part of the show, a time for a sneak peek at some of the spectacular Caribbean artistry and pageantry that we're going to be seeing during the Grand Parade on August 5th that we've been talking about. Bands launched their designs in early spring and just wrapped this month. Costumes are now available to the public for purchase, and we encourage everyone to sign up, join a band, and experience the mass. That's the best way to do it. Right now, though, it's carnival time. DJ Vibes Kid, let's do this.
You guys gotta make more noise than that. Come on, we gotta show them some love. All right, we have Sunlime Canada. Sunlime Canada Cultural Group is dedicated to the celebration and rich, vibrant Caribbean culture through costume design, storytelling, and experiences. With over 2 decades of experience in presenting masquerade at a number of events, primarily the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, Sunlime is known for their original designs, their precise operations, and encourages everyone to play mass. Their theme this year is Desire, celebrating the beauty and sensuality of the human form, the body, the soul, and the mind. They are showcasing 2 sections. We need music, DJ. I can talk over the music. Don't you worry about me. There we go. This year, the theme is Desire, celebrating the beauty and sensuality of the human form. They are showcasing 2 sections. First, we have Temptress. She is wicked, she is seductive, and she is sensual. She is what you've been searching for. A vast canvas that will show you the only hopes that you can explore. And there's another one is Intimacy. You're going to lose yourself in the sensual intimacy of this breathtaking display that takes you on a journey, sharing your most intimate parts of ourselves. Give her a big round of applause. It is absolutely stunning, the detail that goes into all of these costumes. Again, Sunlime, Canada. Next, we have Epic Carnival. Epic Carnival prides itself on 4 pillars. We have energy, passion, imagination, and culture. Big round of applause. This year's theme centers around one of the pillars of Epic's name, which is passion. Each costume represents a different type of passion, such as focusing on what you love, what brings you joy, and how you want to live your life. Today, we're seeing Khalifa, portrayed by Shiana, and Inferno, portrayed by Samantha. The time and effort that goes into putting all of these fantastic costumes together is no small feat, and we know that it is going to be on display on Parade Day. It incorporates color, culture, community in every single design. Next up, we have Fantasia Carnival. Fantasia Carnival is led by the designer extraordinaire Will Morton, hailing from the Caribbean island of Nevis. The 2023 Odds and Oddities collection showcases the curiosity of trinkets from life's grand bazaar. These are the unexpected treasures found tucked away in the corners of existence, waiting to be discovered and cherished by the adventurous and the adventurous open-minded. Today, Fantasia is featuring 2 sections. We have Mukite, from the Aboriginal word for running water, which crashes into rocks, receding to the shore and showing stones shimmering colors of red, orange, and hints of blue. The rock is known to heal and focus the mind. Then there is Danksia. When you cannot explain the beauty of it, you have to see it to find it. It's a beautiful all the same. And this is when we get to see the unexplained come together that makes you take a second look and bask in the wonder. Next, we have Lavway Mass. Lavway Mass coming to the stage, and they are spearheaded by band leader Hayden Joseph, former owner of Venom Carnival. Absolutely stunning. No, his dedication for development of creative arts has inspired the reimagining and rebranding of the new entity known as Lavway Mass. The band is committed to educating the community on Caribbean culture, enhancing the revival and rich traditions of Carnival. Give them a big round of applause. The work and dedication from everyone who plays Mass to the people who create these fantastic costumes, they put a lot of time and effort in it. Give them a big round of applause and welcome them to the stage and to the Carnival.
All right, that's Lavway Maz. Are you enjoying yourselves and having a great time? Good to hear. And again, Lavway Maz, former owner of Venom Carnival. Love the costumes. Again, round of applause for all the masqueraders. All right, coming up next, we have Sugarcane Mass. Sugarcane Mass, where are you? All right, there they are, Sugarcane. Sugarcane is Toronto's premier boutique Caribbean costume design and production company. The premier boutique uses intentional storytelling, purposeful layering, and creative innovation that is now intertwined with technological advancement to create designs that are unique and a mass-building experience to local and international Caribbean carnivals. Their innovative and intricate designs have been featured in carnivals around the world, including Toronto, the Cayman Islands, Miami, Chicago, and Trinidad for more than a decade. They have experience. Now, their theme this year, I want to dance with somebody. Today's featured sections, we've got soca. Now, soca originates from Trinidad and Tobago's earliest form of music, calypso. Calypso was created by West African slaves during French settlement on the island, when the theme of the band is Carnival is Woman, celebrating worth, your strengths, and sacrifices. Again, Sugarcane Mass doing their thing. All right, Sugarcane Mass. Coming up next, we've got Lux Carnival. Round of applause for Lux Carnival. Let's see Lux Carnival. Here we go. All right, there they are. Check it out. Lux Carnival is the newest band to Toronto Caribbean Carnival. Celebrating its Barbadian roots, their 2023 theme is Legend of Diamonds, the Lion of Gun Hill, representing the historic monument of a lion, you see that there, and the many gems found on the beautiful island. Showcasing 4 sections today. In the white costume is Medici, representing the story of the Legend of Diamonds, where the Lion of Gun Hill protects the precious stone as she guards the island. In aqua is Jagged Edge, located on the east coast of Barbados. Now this rugged diamond captures the pink shoreline of the famous Crane Beach, flanked by lush turquoise waters. In yellow is Lavish Lucy. Oh, we're talking Jagged Edge still. All right, moving on to yellow, Lavish Lucy, representing St. Lucy, the only parish in Barbados named after a female. Now this northern diamond glistens to represent the sea and the sky, and the middle stripe colored gold to represent sand. I love these thorough explanations. Finally, in red is Crushed Rubies, presented by section leader Unruly Islanders. The story continues as the Lion of Gun Hill sits majestically on the hill with its upraised front paw resting on a large red globe and luxurious mined brilliant red rubies crushed together to create the magnificence of this section. One other note about Lux is their support of children with special needs, which will be featured in this year's Junior Carnival Parade. Those notes. You want to do that?
We have Freedom Mass Band up next. Freedom Mass Band are designers and manufacturers from small and large carnival costumes and Pan-African artifacts, where they were first, and they are the only Jamaican, shout out to all my Jamaicans, the only mass band in Toronto in their 56-year history. In fact, Freedom Mass Band is the first theme band where the carnival is woman, celebrating your worth, your strength, and all the sacrifices. They made their debut again last year. It was a beautiful thing to see, representing Jamaica. We got to keep the sound going, guys. I got to give them a round of applause. They're coming to show the history and the culture of the community that is Jamaica and Jamaican culture. And a reminder, they are the first and only mass band located in the city of Mississauga, so give them a shout out for that. And their 2023 theme, Carnival is Woman. We're celebrating strength, we're celebrating your worth, we're celebrating your sacrifice, and we're celebrating your triumph as well. Any Jamaicans in the crowds? Just a few? We're representing all the islands, but I'm openly and very biasedly representing Jamaican and the Jamaican culture that I have. Giving a big round of applause to all of our mass band players. Bringing in the community, the culture, and the colors of the Jamaican flag into some of these costumes. Freedom Mass Band representing. We've got costumes of all different colors, sizes, and the design. Absolutely stunning. We got to keep the sound going, guys. And a reminder, Freedom Mass Band, they are the first and only Jamaican mass band in Carnival's history. They made their grand return last year. It was a beautiful thing to see. And this year we know it's going to be bigger and even better.
All right, our next band is Costume Creators Cultural Art, Majestic Waterfall. Again, Majestic Waterfall, round of applause. All right, the Majestic Waterfall costume, check it out, represents the strength of the islands. When the waterfalls rises up as a mist to show beautiful colors and provide cooling aid in the sunlight, much needed. It also represents how water from the waterfalls bring the Caribbean countries together with somewhere to lime on hot days and exhibit iconic scenery. Gotta love that. The costume was created with royal blue material, complemented with silver, gold, and white, created by Latavia Beckles. Next, we have Concepts of Love. Concepts of Love. There we go. Now, the most prominent features of love are trust, caring, and intimacy. Secondary features of love include staring at the other person, passion, or a fast heartbeat. Yes. This means that compassionate love is considered to be the most prominent concept of love. With vibrant color of a pink mix with pear and sparkling gems, the concept of love is highlighted and showcased today. That's all I have. I've got no more notes. Come on up to the stage. Round of applause. Again, concept of love. You can see the attention to detail and all the beautiful colors. All right, round of applause for our last masquerader model on the stage.
If you're not ready for Carnival yet, I don't know what's going to make you ready. A big round of applause for all of our mass bands that are going to show out and show off in the parade this year. And if you weren't ready, you definitely are now. So thank you to all of our stunning models, their bands, for showcasing these spectacular costumes, the artistry, the creativity. They take hours and hours of work to put together all these costumes, and they are a true labor of love.
All right, we are going to, yes, it's okay. Another round of applause, indeed, well deserved. So we're going to wrap up this portion of the program. We want to remind everyone that Toronto Caribbean Carnival's social media handles on Instagram, torontocarnival.ca, Facebook, Toronto Caribbean Carnival, Twitter, Go To Carnival, and you can get all things Carnival and sign up for media accreditation on the website, torontocarnival.ca.
Now we're going to keep the good times going. We want to bring back the Ontario Steel Pan Association Orchestra to play us out today. I want to see everybody up out of their seats and dancing. The Festival Management Committee team will be available for interviews along with the face of the festival, Kiana Bell. We're looking at our masqueraders. They'll be here as well, our pan players, and of course, King Cosmo. We encourage you to visit the conference room behind the bistro to, meet the vendors who completed the Building Black Entrepreneurs program to check out all of their products.
And one final thank you to the Ontario Science Centre for hosting us this morning. And thank you for coming out to the 2023 Toronto Caribbean Carnival, where diversity and culture lives here. Before you go, enjoy the complimentary rice and peas, jerk chicken, and plantain, as well as tropical beverages. I know you heard that. Yes. Jessica, as usual, an honor and a privilege hosting with you. So much fun. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and please take it away, Steel Orchestra. And before you go, please check out the vendors in the other room. Please support the vendors in the other room. Thank you and have a great day.